Boston. You saw him, Kathleen, you saw him in Lilydale. That's awesome. The show isn't playing in Japan. Okay. Oregon. Awesome. So we got a mix of everybody. Great. Now, how is this time working for people who are on the West Coast? Is it, I mean, I can't even ask a person in Japan. I have no clue what time you are right now, but how is this for people in the West Coast? Las Vegas?
Kelly, I'm on.
Oh, okay, honey. All right, so I explained all the rules and everything, so I'm going to mute myself up. Okay?
Okay, great. Okay, guys, so welcome to an evening with Spirit. Excited to be with you guys this evening, as always. Kelly, can you check the chat for one thing? Okay, Annie?
Yep.
So anyways, excited to be with you guys as always. And some of you, how many people is this your first time being at one of these events? We have a lot of new people. Let me know in chat.
Yeah, they told us there's a lot of new people.
A lot of new people? Okay, welcome. Welcome, Sherry. Okay, welcome. So basically, we're going to get right into the readings. I don't want to waste sort of a lot of time, explaining a lot of things. I'm just going to focus and let the work kind of speak for itself. But a couple things I did want to just sort of put out there. First off, I did want to let you know, unfortunately, I'm fighting a really, really bad cold. It took me down on sort of Sunday, Monday. I'm about 80% better, but I'm still having a little bit of different things going on. So as far as my energy level, I'm totally fine and I feel fine. It's like it just the congestion and stuff. So I'm just kind of letting. Oh, hold on.
Jasmine. Jasmine, hurry up, come here, hurry up.
Apologies for that. I had my alarm set actually to remember to come on this, so it was ringing out there. Okay, great. So that's all set. I'm just going to turn off my.
All right, my video's not go.
Okay, great. So basically, I just want to explain that it doesn't affect anything as far as, you're not going to get a good reading or anything like that. In the past, sometimes, over the course of doing readings for the last 10 years, I mean, I have had to sometimes cancel things if I don't really feel well. I actually had a group event last night with 8 people that we had to reschedule because I just didn't feel up for it. But today I feel much better, and so I felt, obviously if I don't feel I'm at 100%, I have to reschedule. That's just kind of how it works. So I was hoping today that I would feel better, and I really do. So, it's fine. I don't want anybody to be like, oh, well, he didn't read me because he's sick, or, he's not, it has nothing to do with that. Like I said, Kelly will tell you, she's worked with me for several years, and, if I'm not feeling well, I always reschedule because I feel like if somebody did, pay to be at something, even though it's frustrating and sometimes very annoying, it just we have to kind of do that, So if I had to do that, I would do that, but I feel totally fine. So I just want that to be clear, so we know that, because we have had that happen before where I have a cold and then the next day we get an email from somebody and they say, oh, he didn't read me because he wasn't feeling well or something. And I just like to put out that fire before it starts, okay? So we're going to get started here this evening, and thank you all for being here. Quick thing, and I'm sure Kelly explained this, but sometimes people are, they tune in a little bit more once I come on. So I just want to explain the way we have found, and I've been doing Zoom events for the last several years, way before COVID and things like that. But, obviously there's been an uptick in people coming to them since, since we've had this, new thing of people know about Zoom, So the way we found that this really works the best
Stop
is the following. What happens is I start to feel things.
I don't know how to do that on Zoom.
And I start to get messages, feelings,
It's not going
thoughts,
to do it until you
impressions,
restart Zoom.
things like that. If you're hearing things that you feel connect to your loved one,
I gotta cut that off.
you're going to go in the chat and let me know, okay? And you're going to do that by going in the chat and letting me know. So that's what we're going to ask you to do. And so we find that that's a little bit less disorganizing than coming off of mute and talking. You can also do that too, but I'm going to kind of err on the side of saying that it would be better to just kind of deal with that in chat. Once we kind of have confirmed that it does seem like we are with you, we will have you come off of mute, and then we will do your reading. Okay, so that's basically how that's going to work, if that sort of makes sense to everybody and stuff. And like I said, we just kind of feel like that's a little bit of a better, way of doing things and stuff. Okay, so so that's it. Always the typical reminders that go with readings. One is that everybody here can benefit from the messages tonight, okay? So don't enter into that ego space of, well, my loved one should be more louder, or I need a message more than these other people, or, why is he spending so much time on that person? I always encourage everybody, allow the messages to come through. The more you can stay in a loving and grateful place, the more energy you're going to attract to experience a reading or a message, okay? I always tell people in group events like this, you may not get a reading, but you will always get a message. What I mean by that is, even though you may not get directly read, you will receive a message just by being here tonight. What I mean is, the other readings can benefit and help a lot of people here. And I have people that come to group events a lot and don't get readings, okay? The really only one way that we can guarantee your own personal connection would be to have a private reading, because that's a medium and yourself, and that's your time, you know what I'm saying? So, but when it's a group event, there's no way that we can promise that you're going to get a reading, so it doesn't work that way. I feel that it's based on a lot of things. It's based on, primarily though, the spirit world's need to communicate, okay? So if your loved ones are here tonight and they feel a need to communicate, them not feeling the need to communicate doesn't mean that they don't love you. I sometimes give people this analogy, right? We're all sitting here on this call right now, right? There's people in the world that we love. We're not talking to them at this moment, right? Does that mean that they don't love us? No, it doesn't. It just means in this moment, you're not communicating with them. But it doesn't mean in another moment you won't. So just like we're here right now, and, if you guys, some of you may have children, and you're not right at this moment, most of you are probably not talking to your children, right? Your children are not talking to you right now saying, I love you. But that doesn't mean that they don't love you. So we but in the spirit world, we're here for a moment. We're here for, an hour and a half. And so I do really want to encourage you to kind of approach it more as, it doesn't mean anything besides you may not have gotten a reading at this moment, but it doesn't mean anything bad or negative, okay? So try to keep that in the back of your mind and listen for the ways that you can connect to the different messages that are coming through. People will often say, wow, that really kind of felt like that was the message I needed to hear tonight. Does that happen? Absolutely, that does happen, okay? So let's get started. I'd like to invite everybody to join me in a prayer and setting an intention. So I'd like you to take a couple of deep breaths and go ahead and bring yourself to a nice, peaceful place. And what I'm going to ask you to do is really just be in this moment. And as you're in this peaceful place, kind of open up to the reality of you being in this peaceful place, and you're in this very calm and loving place. Go ahead and take a couple of nice deep breaths. I even might invite you to close your eyes and really kind of visualize yourself in a peaceful place. Okay? And as you're in this peaceful place, you can go ahead and set the intention of who you'd like to hear from. So whoever it is that you're wanting to hear from, or whoever you feel like you want to connect to, now would be the time to kind of open up to that. Again, go ahead and take a couple of nice deep breaths. Okay. And let's step into the energy of gratitude and really being grateful for our time here together. Okay, when you're ready, you can come back to the room here. Okay? So we're going to begin. So sometimes I will go direct to somebody, but more often than not, I will go spirit directed, which is mean I'm hearing something and I'm going that way. So first off is I do need to acknowledge there is a female in spirit who's coming through. I am aware of her having what I would consider to be Alzheimer's or dementia, very serious cognitive decline. I feel that it would have gotten very serious because I am picking up on that. And I feel with her, when I connect to her, that she, part of your connection with her would have been taking care of her. I don't really get that you did everything for her, but I do feel like you would have done quite a bit for her. I also get there would be a New York tie-in with this person. So I feel either you're connected to New York, she's connected to New York. There's something with New York. It comes up very strongly. I keep feeling that. I also get a feeling of her a bit younger to go to the spirit world, which kind of struck me as interesting. So as I step in with her, I get a feeling of her, because when I'm thinking Alzheimer's, when I'm thinking cognitive decline, I am thinking of an older person in my logical mind, but I actually want to step in with somebody who would have been a bit younger to have this, actually, is what I'm hearing. And I do get a sense of this going on for years and years. So I feel like this would have gone on for several years. And I think we're dealing with what I would say would be like an early Alzheimer's situation, okay? I also know that when mother comes through, there is and I do want to say, I do feel this is your mother, okay? So I'm going to probably step away from grandmothers and mother-in-laws. Those of you who have been on my calls before know that I very often, and most mediums do, feel relationships. But we sometimes hear the relationship or have a knowingness. It just depends how the information comes to us. This is more of a feeling of a connection. So, if I hear father, if I hear daughter, that's very simple. But if it's more feeling, it can kind of open up a little bit. So, I'd say this is probably your mother. But if somebody can take all the information and it's your grandmother, I'll accept that. But it probably feels like to me it's a mother. And I do want to acknowledge there would be a divide in the family now. This is something that Mom's talking about. I feel like in somewhat there is an emotional divide in the family. So I don't know how that relates, but she is bringing this up. She's also talking about, if you'd understand this, lots of having to manage things with her health, traveling to help her with her health. I see you in one place, you go to another place. I see you traveling back and forth. I really see you stepping into, even if you couldn't be there all the time, I see you traveling and being with her and then leaving again. And, that type of energy, if you'd understand that. So can anybody take this at all? We have a few people actually that are sort of, okay, we've actually got a lot of people. So we've got Allison, Sheena, yeah, these are all two. Sandy. I'm stepping away from Sandy, but I do feel Sheena or Allison could be. I also, yeah, we've got a lot of people here. Okay, so there's probably too many people. So let me keep going. I do want to say also I do get an M name with this woman. So I do feel as an identifier that this lady's name starts with the letter M. Very often I'll get names of people around them, or, friends, or I could get other people. But in this situation, I would like my contact to have an M name.
I think it's Allison, Thomas. Yeah.
Nope. So this lady said Margaret. So let's actually take off, Kelly, if we could actually unmute Kathleen and Allison.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. I don't think is anybody else connecting with us? Okay, we can take off Deborah then. Nope, it wouldn't be a wife. Thank you so much. And Deborah, just want to clarify, Mom did have Alzheimer's? Nope, put Deborah down. So then we need Allison and Kathleen. Can I hear you both?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Allison.
Okay.
And this is Kathleen.
Okay, perfect. And can I just ask you, because this is important, do you understand anything about, do me a favor, guys, with love, please do not, this is directed to the chat, please do not provide extra information, okay? I think I already talked about this, but when you're getting messages, yes or no, and try to not give extra information also in the chat, okay? So that means not saying, oh no, my mom's name was such and such, because what that does is it provides that, and then that's something that can't come through later. So try to not, if you just let me know if you connect to it and stuff. Okay, so we have M name. Do both of you understand the divide in the family?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you can understand that, Allison?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Would that be with your brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So and let me ask you also, with the two of you, which of you would have a connection to the Cape Cod?
I'm sitting in what was my mother's house in Cape Cod.
Okay. What about you, Kathleen?
No, I'm in Buffalo.
Okay. So I need Kathleen on mute. Thank you very much, Kathleen. Now, what I want to say, so Allison, I believe this is your reading, I'm pretty sure. Now, what I want to just say is, when it's very close like that, and there's a lot of parallels, Kathleen, I would encourage you to listen to this reading, because it probably is a reading for you as well. A lot of times when the people come up, if it gets so far that you actually are both brought off mute like that, a lot of times there is a double connection. And for anybody else who's sort of feels like they connect to this, pay attention, because a lot of times when there is those resonant things, that would be your indication that, this is a message for you in a way too. So Allison, as I step in with you, do you understand the caretaking with your mother, and did you do things where you did help her and stuff at the end?
Yes, very much.
Okay.
And I did go back and forth from New York to Cape Cod to help her.
Because I do get a lot of feelings, Allison, of you having to make a lot of sacrifices with Mom, and not in a bad way. Spirit's telling me that, this is something where you were actually happy to do this. You like doing this. You wanted to be there for her, I feel, in a way. But I do feel that she is showing me gratitude for this. So that makes me feel that it's possible that your mom could not express this gratitude in life. But now in spirit, she is expressing it, if you'd understand that. So I don't know if she could she not communicate?
It got very hard for her to communicate at the end.
Okay. And I don't know if she would be, the type of person that even expressing that type of stuff might be hard for her. But I do feel she is thanking me for that and thanking you for that. I want to ask you, too, is there any reason why you could understand with your mom that I would see something about journals? Something that you have of your mom's that to me represents a journal or a diary. Do you have anything like that where maybe your mom would, write down things, or something that has that feeling to me of like a journal, diary, something like that?
Her date books, her old calendars, her date books. I'm clearing out the house, and I'm trying to figure out, do I keep any of these, or?
Okay,
I
gotcha.
recently found them.
And can I ask you also, would you understand the feeling that I'm getting where, as when they bring through messages, as much as possible, it is in a loving way, in a very loving way. But would you understand the feeling that it really feels like the connection with you and your brother's kind of at an impasse. And it kind of feels like in terms of it really working out or you guys ever really being very connected, I feel like it could be sort of challenging for that to ever happen. Do you feel like that's true?
It's definitely impossible now because he passed.
Okay, so then I wasn't getting that, but I just felt like I felt there would be something with what I was going to actually tell you is you may not fix this until you get to the other side. So that's probably what I'm picking up on then. So you had a separation with your brother and you never really did fix it here in life. Is that true?
We tried. There was a divide around my mother, and he was kind of trying to keep me away. And then he couldn't really take care of her. So afterwards, we tried to heal that. But she may be addressing that.
Yeah, that might be what I'm getting then. At least if there was one at some point. And also I want to know who died of a heart attack? Like a massive heart attack, they just died. There was like...
My brother.
Your brother? The one that you had the fight with?
Yeah, I only had one.
Okay.
And she's still talking about my brother.
Right. Okay. So it's interesting because I don't get him really stepping forward. But I feel like there is... It's interesting. I don't know if you'd understand this, but... So it was just you and your brother in life?
Yes.
Yeah. It feels as I'm stepping in with this that there would be a lot of, if you could understand this, I almost want to say like double standards. That's what comes into my mind. So I don't know if you guys had something where it's like your brother would be treated one way and then you would be treated another way. I don't know if you understand that.
I do.
But I kind of do feel that. And I feel like your mom, I'm wondering if some of this, I feel like some of this might have been hard for your mom to maybe admit or talk about. But now I feel as I'm connecting her in spirit, she's saying, this is kind of how things were, or this is kind of, how things were or something. So I kind of just feel like she is bringing this up. It's not, I don't get it as a, I don't get it as a bad thing. I don't get it as a negative thing. I just get a more of a her bringing it up in an owning way. And also I do want to tell you, Allison, I do get the sense of her being around you right now. So I feel even as you're going through stuff or dealing with different things in the house or things like that, I get the feeling that she is with you. And I don't know, do you ever feel her around you?
I do. I hear little songs, and I think it's her.
Yeah, because I kind of just feel like she's around you in little ways. So keep paying attention to that, because I also feel, too, as more time goes on, she will guide you and help you in different ways as well. So, okay, good. I am actually going to step away from you, Allison, so I can go on to my next reading. But thank you very much for being open to that message.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Okay, so the next person I would like to go to is I am hearing that there is a son coming through. And I do feel that there's a very strong connection with passing related to drugs. So I would understand this to probably be like an overdose or something with this. I also hear from this gentleman that there was some sort of brain chemistry issue. So he may have had like a depression. He may have had, I don't really know exactly what that means. It's kind of, it's not an unusual thing, but I don't really know how to understand it. But he actually told me something was off with his brain chemistry, or something with his brain. He says about his brain chemistry. So that's coming through. When I connect to him and feel his energy, he also is talking about a brother that he's watching over. So I do feel that he has a brother who's in the living. And I feel that he is definitely watching over this person. And I could understand this to mean that it's possible that this brother, who's a living brother, may actually be having some difficulties right now. He may be having some challenging situations in some way. Something might be going on with him right now where there is, I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. So I don't know if that resonates for anybody, but I'm definitely hearing that. I also want to say, as I connect to him too, that I feel that this gentleman, I get the sense of him being very intelligent. I do need to say this. I feel like he would be very bright, very smart, very intelligent. I get that feeling very strongly. I see books around him. So I'm just wondering if we have anybody on this who might take some of this. Hi, brothers. Now, this is not anybody's brother. I just have to explain. This is somebody's son. So it's not he has a brother, but the son is passed. Okay, so Deborah connects to this. Patricia, no brother for Michael. Okay, so no, that would not be. Your son is passed. Okay. Son here. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is there's probably, I think there's probably too many people that can take this right now. So we're going to keep going with this, okay? I also want to tell you, when I connect to this person, I feel that, and it's interesting. I just want to go back to the original thing about the drugs, because that did come up. Not really getting, totally what that, I don't know where that really takes us, but I keep seeing about the drugs. A lot of times you have to remember in spirit, they have moved on from some stuff like this. So, there might be something where, they're more at peace with that side of things now. So it just depends how much they will explain about that. But I am getting that. I keep getting that with the drugs.
Tell them how you died, boo. Tell them.
I also want to say, too, you've had dreams with him.
Yes.
So you've actually connected to him in dreams. Kelly, I don't know. Are you seeing anybody that's jumping in?
Seems like Deborah. Deborah's jumping out to me.
Okay.
Everything you said, she said yes to. Although it looks like she has 5 sons.
Yeah, that can be fine. You can have 5 sons. There just has to be at least one. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. There just has to be one brother that is going through something or is having some difficulties.
Okay, there's 2, Deborah and then Sukes and Randy.
I also hear the name Danielle, which kind of came out at me. So if anybody would understand Danielle. Anybody take a Danielle? This could be in living or spirit. Or a Daniel. Okay. Oh, this lady right here.
Yeah, Patricia.
Okay, so let's actually
Pull her up.
Yes, I think we have to pull her up then. I didn't see that.
Please.
Patricia? Patricia?
Yes, hello.
Hi, Patricia. How are you? So you're understanding some of this.
Yes.
Okay, good. So let me just stay with you, my dear, but let me just see if anybody else, just because we have to take all the information. So can anybody else take everything, including the Danielle? Or Daniel. I can take Daniel, too. Okay, so this feels like it is for you. And Patricia, you understand this type of passing?
Yes.
Okay. And can I ask you, just because I wasn't really getting a context, how do you connect to Danielle?
She's my daughter.
Okay. Is that a sister of this man that I might be connecting to?
Yes.
Okay.
Sister. They were very close.
Yeah, okay. I was like, because I don't know what your family structure is like. So I think especially if it's brought up. Now, would your son in some way show me water?
Oh, my God, yes.
Why your son would show me water, or he might show me memories of water, or he might show me that he'd like to be at the water. Would there be anything you could take with the water?
The time we spent at the beach.
Okay. Did you do that? Did you do that sometimes? Yeah, I am getting, ocean, definitely. Did you spend time at the ocean or the beach?
It is me.
Yes. Okay. Do you understand anything with your son when I connect him? I don't feel that this is a recent passing. I get the feeling that I'm going back a ways. Would you understand that? Is that true?
It's not super recent. I'm not sure what timeline.
Okay. Is it? Would you understand it being longer than 3 years ago?
Yes.
Can I ask you, would there be any connection to a city or a town, Stockton?
I live near there.
You do? Okay.
I currently live near there.
Okay. It's not the exact place you live.
No. But I live near there.
Okay, interesting. Where is that?
California.
Oh yeah, Stockton, California. Okay, I think I have heard of that, but I wouldn't even know where that is. Where is that?
Northern California.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I don't know why that, but is there any particular connection to that city? So you don't live in that city, but you're saying it's a nearby city. And would there have been anything with him ever? Was he ever in that? I mean, obviously, if it's nearby, maybe he drove there or something, but you don't have any strong thing of why that would be coming through, do you?
Except that I do live very close to there, about 15 minutes, and I moved there after I moved out of where we lived together after he passed. I had to get away from there.
Okay. So you live further away from Stockton?
No, I live very close to Stockton.
Oh, but you didn't when he lived here?
When he was alive, I moved after he passed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And maybe he's recognizing he knows where I moved to, because
Yeah, it must be that. I mean, I don't really, it kind of seems like a little bit of I don't want to say it's a stretch because it's kind of weirdly specific, but I also don't really get why, I'm not sure why he's bringing it up. But yes, I could take that to mean, when we're doing readings, we have to kind of read between the lines a little bit. So yeah, I would say, it might be an indication that, yeah, you've lived there, or now that you're there, or you've decided to be, I feel like it probably is something with that. As I'm stepping in with you, Patricia, do you understand anything that I'm feeling where there would be friends of his that I would be feeling somehow sort of let you down a little bit? I feel like he's talking about certain friends that in a way didn't come forward in a way where, I don't know, but it's like I feel good friends, and then I feel a group of friends that you're sort of a little bit hurt by.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. And he's just telling me it's not a bad thing. He's just saying this is the reality of this is the truth of it, He's saying that this is something that it does, I don't know, it just kind of makes you sad in a way. And there are certain friends that, either you thought would be more connected, or something about that is coming through. So it sounds like you relate to that in a way. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And I also want to tell you from his, I find that people in the spirit world, they are very connected. They are, they know about things and stuff. So I do hear him saying that it's not that he wants you to, it's not like he's saying to ignore that. But I just feel like he is saying that, ultimately you can't choose for other people. And I feel like he is saying, it is what it is. And, some people have showed you their true colors in a really positive way, if you'd understand that too. So I just feel like does that kind of make sense to you a little bit?
Boo, tell him today is
Yes.
your brother's birthday.
Now, I wanted to get back to this message because I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of it, but it did feel like it came through to me.
Please.
You do understand one brother where there is, because I know we talked about the sister, but as far as a brother, there is a brother that is particularly going through some stuff right now. Would you say
Yes.
that's true? Mm-hmm. And I feel you're a little bit worried about this. It's definitely on your mind.
Yes.
Would you understand that at all?
Yes. Yes.
So I just feel like that is coming through. I
Yes.
feel that what he's bringing up to me is that things are going to be okay. I feel like I don't want to say, with the spirit world, I always tell people, they really are, they guide us, but it's not like they can make all of our decisions for us, So we also have to kind of, do what we're doing here and things like that. But I do want to tell you that what I'm hearing from Spirit is that because for some reason, because of what you went through with your son who passed, this situation with your son who's living is, if I could say this, sort of particularly traumatic in a way. And so it's kind of stressing you out, if you understand. Does that make sense to you a little bit?
Yes.
So I just feel like there's a little bit of a feeling of, oh my God, So just know, though, that what I'm hearing is things are going to be okay. And I feel like he's just kind of telling you not to ignore it or not to say, oh, well, who cares, but to just kind of be aware of this and just kind of be, he is definitely bringing this up as just something. Also, I want to tell you, too, that I get very strongly, he's also aware of this. So I get the feeling that he's aware of this very much, and he's, he keeps bringing this up and stuff, okay? So just know that is his message to you, and he is, he's kind of all over that situation, and I feel it will be okay. But I see, because of what you went through, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's like a mirror situation, but there are some similarities I'm getting. So just to know that spirit world is touching in with that, okay? I'm going to jump to the next person. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Okay. And guys, just so you understand, it's a little bit different in this format. I do have to kind of tell them, okay, wrap it up. I literally have to tell them that sometimes. Because, of course, they're your loved ones. They will, they'll keep going, So I kind of have to get them, okay, message, then I got to move on. So, I'd like to bring through, I don't know.
Please, boo. Please, for Stacy's birthday, boo.
I think we have another son coming through, so let's just see.
Yes.
I have a male in spirit coming through. When I'm connecting to him, I just want to say first off that one of the ways, I'd like something a little bit stronger with him. So I just want to kind of preface this by saying I do get a recent passing with this person.
Yes.
So he's not been in the spirit world a long time.
Yes.
I feel a recent passing. I would see him go into spirit in his 30s.
Yes.
Quite young to go to spirit, okay? I get a similar energy here, which I don't know if you guys have been, in my groups before. A lot of times the children, they're very powerful, and they'll sort of connect in on the same energy. So I feel like we have another situation here with an overdose, I feel. This was a weird situation in a way because there was a missing element. So this person went missing for a while. It could be a short while, but there was a missing element and something like that. Anybody with this? Anybody with this? Oh, I know I'm getting this for somebody. So nobody connects to this? Nobody has a son and there was a missing element to him? It doesn't have to be a long thing. I'm definitely getting this. Lisa, no, I don't think it's for you, Lisa. I'm actually not really picking up that your son is in spirit, but maybe we can go back to that. But this is not for you. Who has a son that died in the last few months? Leave the missing part. Maybe that's kind of confusing people. Let me just see here if anybody else. I'm wondering if anybody else in that other. So did anybody lose their son recently? let's just start there. That would be in his 30s. Son passed. No, feels more recent. I didn't. My son, but not in his 30s. No, it's not what I'm getting. I'm getting another person here, though. I'm just looking up here in the beginning here because some people said Patricia tell me. I'm trying to see here. My brother, that is my son's sister, my living daughter, and my son. Sue and Randy, Deborah, do either of you guys connect to this?
Hi, Thomas. It was a longer. It was 2017.
No. Yeah. Sorry. No. Thank you. Though. What about Deborah?
No, it's I don't have my son passed in like 97.
No. There was another person, not you, Debbie. There was another woman named Deborah that said that her son passed. Please tell me she didn't go walk the dog during the readings or something. Deborah, where are you? Okay. Hey, Kelly?
Yeah, I see her.
I'm here.
Deborah?
Yes.
Okay, did you lose your son recently?
Yes, just 13 weeks ago.
Okay. Because I think this could be, did he go missing?
He was missing 3 days.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm getting. Yeah. I was going back through everybody because basically everybody had spoken up already. So I was kind of trying to go through. I'm very sorry, Deborah. But hold on. I just want to make sure I am with you. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just trying to understand. Could you not unmute or something?
It just now came through to unmute.
Oh,
I was
gotcha.
typing and typing. I think I was lagging.
Yeah, because we didn't even see any of your typing in here. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me just see. So I think this must be for you because nobody else, because we have to stick with the information. So you understand recent. You understand the missing element, which is kind of stuck out to me. So you're saying he went missing and then you found him passed away?
It took a lot of people to find him, and it was 3 days later, yeah.
But he was already deceased at that time.
He was already deceased, yes.
Okay. So that nobody else is really connecting this. And who's Jonathan?
Oh my God! Oh, Jesus Christ, thank you, Boo. That's his name. It's 3 of them. That's his daddy, and that's him, and that's his son. His son saw it happen. It's 3 of them, John.
Got you. Okay.
It's 3 Jonathans. Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's living Jonathans too.
Thank you, Boo. Oh God.
All right. So this is definitely for you then. So we can just leave everybody else in the chat because nobody else has a connection. So do you understand? First off, I do want to tell you, Deborah, that I feel when I connect to him, I feel a very, very, very powerful energy with him. And I get the feeling that in spirit, of course, I know there's a lot of sadness and missing him and things like that. But I want to say that I feel with him a very, very, very powerful energy with him. I don't know if you understand that, but I do. I
asked him for you to come through for him today because today's his brother's birthday.
Yeah, well, he's definitely here. I also want to tell you, too, one of the things that he's bringing through to me is he is letting me know that he is going to connect to you through music. So I feel like he is talking about something with this. He keeps talking about music. So there might be something where there's playing of songs or something like that. I feel like that needs to be told to you.
He keeps playing them for his fiance all the time. He's been since he died.
And I want to say you may notice that as you go through, that there may be that type of stuff he keeps talking about. He also is telling me too, I don't know if you'd understand.
He doesn't want to do this right now?
What'd you say?
Hello?
Huh?
Hold on a second. There's somebody else off of mute.
I muted them.
Okay, great. So I also want to tell you too, I keep seeing workout clothes.
Oh my goodness,
would
yes.
that go for him?
Yes, he loved his muscles, his body, yes.
Right, gotcha.
We went to the gym together.
Okay, gotcha. And the other thing he keeps telling me too is he says that you actually saved his life. I don't know what he means about that, but he says that you saved his life. So he feels, do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And also, he's telling me, I don't get it as the same connection as him, but he wants you to know, he's met up with his sister.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, because he's saying that he's met up with his sister. So, now, is that your daughter?
Yes.
I'm like a hot mess right now.
Okay. So your daughter. Oh, hold on one second. Hold on one second.
I'll keep my eye on it. It's muted again.
So you understand the sister in spirit? Or
Yes,
there is
my daughter died, yes.
Oh, your daughter passed away. Okay. Is this a long time ago?
A long time ago, yes.
Okay. I want to tell you also, he's bringing this up to me. He's showing me there's a man that he's with that I don't know if they would have been very close in life, but I think it could have been somebody that might have been like important to you or something.
His stepdad.
But there's a man that I'm feeling that's passed. And I see this person as like a hunter, or they would have been out in the woods a lot. I'm not really quite sure where that goes. I kind of feel like this person died a long time ago. And I'm also seeing, Deborah, military dog tags.
That's my son, Jonathan.
Okay. Yeah.
He was in the army.
Yeah. And I just want to tell you also too, he does bring up, and I feel like this depends on, whatever. But I do feel there's people that are around him at the end of his life, and it feels like they have decided to not come forward with information. So I feel, Deborah, that there are people who, I don't want to say that they're responsible, but I want to say that they may know stuff, or they may have seen stuff, or they might. So I don't know if you've looked into that at all. Or
yes, it's been under investigation.
Yeah. So I do get the sense of people who, again, your son is very much saying that he takes responsibility for this. He's not trying to put blame, and that would kind of be like him. He would not be the type of person that would be like blaming other people. But he is saying that there are people that were around that they know stuff. They does that make sense to you?
Yes.
I also want to tell you, Deborah, I don't want to be morbid, but I do need to tell you, I feel that he passed away somewhere else.
What do you mean, away from home, you mean?
Well, wherever you found his body, that's not where he died. Do you know that?
So they pulled his body up in one spot, but they had to drag it to another spot to get him out of the...
I think so, something like that. But I just want to tell you, where his body was found, I don't feel that's where he died. So I feel he died somewhere else. I don't know why somebody would move somebody's body, but I get a feeling that he passed away somewhere else. I mean, it could have been in the vicinity of that area, but I just don't see that he died in that area. Okay?
Should I expect?
Deborah, are you is this something that you are still looking into, or is it kind of like you're trying to move on from that?
They just closed the investigation the day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And so you didn't really get a lot of information and stuff?
They just ruled it as, can I say it to you?
Uh-huh.
They ruled it as an accidental drowning, but there were 12 people on the boat. including his son. His son too. Watch this happen.
Oh, okay.
And see where you say that they found that he died somewhere else from where they found him. He was down 40 feet from where they were, but the divers had to swim him over 500
okay.
feet
So maybe
to
it's
lift
more like
him
that
out.
then. Okay. I just do want to tell you. And
Did he
who's
suffer, John?
What's that?
Did he suffer, or was it quick?
I don't want to tell. I'm not getting that. You know, most of the time the answer to that question is no, because most of the time what happens is when somebody's going to spirit, even if there's something like an accident or let's say a murder or something like even something really violent, a lot of times the soul and the energy sort of leaves the body, and so they don't actually have to experience that at that time.
John, I kept having dreams and I was the one drowning.
I get the feeling I don't really get that sense because it feels, even though it was this sort of weird passing, it feels like it was more like an abrupt thing. That's what I feel. And somebody's getting a tattoo.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Because he's bringing up about somebody getting a tattoo. I'm seeing the tattoo ink pen or something. Yeah, I don't know. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes. The whole family's getting it. All 5 of his brothers and me.
Yeah, because I keep hearing about something where there's something with that going on. So, okay, I want to step back from you. Thank you so much, Deborah. I'm going to go on to my next person.
Can I ask you one question, John?
Sure.
After this happened, I kept dreaming that I was the one that was drowning, and I've got PTSD from it. And then one time he jumped in and he pushed me out of his body, and he said, "Mom, I didn't drown. That's not how it happened. I just passed out. I blacked out before I went under." Is that real? Is that real?
I think that was, that was, when it's vivid like that, it tends to be, I think that would be more of a visitation dream where he was trying to communicate information to you. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, honey. Thank you. I do want to go to this lady who's coming through now. There's a mother that passed from cancer.
My God, thank you.
I get her to be a very strong energy, very strong personality. I get the feeling that you would have been very close to her. You would have had a very close relationship with her as I connect to her.
Oh my God. You said the names.
And when I feel her also, the month of February comes up. I feel like this would be either a birthday, death date, but I am getting something about that, if somebody would understand that. And also, definitely am aware of cooking with this person or doing a lot of stuff with cooking. So I see this as like a big part of her personality, cooking, loving to cook, that type of thing.
I think that may be me, Thomas.
Okay, so just let us know in chat so we can keep it organized. Okay. I also want to say, too, this woman has passed very recently. Let me just go here in chat and see. This woman has passed very recently.
There's a lot still.
Huh?
There's a lot.
Her name is Noreen.
Oh my God.
Does anybody have a Noreen?
Oh, I miss you. Oh my
Can't hear you all. Can't hear you.
I don't know how to chat.
No, we cannot hear you.
Working.
No, Leslie, you have bad service. No. You got it. You got to get on a different Wi-Fi connection or something because we can't hear you. You sounds like, yeah. So, does somebody understand this? Does somebody have somebody in spirit? And also, I'm hearing too. Maybe your sister is here today. You might be here with your sister.
How do we make it chat?
not
Leslie, I put you back on. I had
with my mother-in-law. It's Michelle's mom.
Okay, so unfortunately, Leslie, it sounds like you are extremely jarbled. So your internet connection is not working. So either if you want to communicate in chat, or if you want to get on another internet connection, we can come back to you. Or if anybody else takes this. Hey, Kelly?
Yes.
Could you troubleshoot
Chat, Leslie, or no?
Yes, if Leslie could chat, or if we could figure out what's going on with her, or if she could even just confirm if she has a Noreen, that would help us a lot. I mean, if we just knew, because she keeps unmuting, but is it like that for you too, Kelly?
Yes. Yeah. It was getting.
I don't even know if it is.
Getting better near the end, and then we muted her, but she did not respond back to me. I don't think so.
And I also want to know too, who here connects to the mother in spirit that died in the last 2 years, that collected the antiques. She was very, very sick, very, very ill. I don't know what she passed from, but she was quite ill. She references the name Sean. The name Sean, the name Paul, and the name Pat. Sean, Paul, and Pat. Or at least 2 of those names. If you can take a couple of those names. The woman was very sick at the end of her life. I think this would be another person, somebody else's mother. Anybody know this person? Something comes through about antiques.
Oh, Trish. Trish can connect.
It could be Trish.
Oh, no, Sean.
I'm actually getting Sean, S-H-A-W-N.
Yeah.
Does anybody understand this? Even if you can just take, most of it. My dad's name is Pat. Okay, let's go to Colleen, Kelly.
Okay. Just so you know, Leslie said she can connect to Noreen, passed with cancer, but she's not talking about the 3 names you said. So Colleen's on mute.
My
Right,
mother died.
This is a separate.
Does Sherry or Sandra come through?
I'm sorry?
Does Sherry or Sandra come through?
Who is this, Michelle?
Sherry or Sandra?
Are you just asking me randomly about them?
My mother or my aunt. Are they coming through?
Well,
because some of the things you're saying are like kind of like what I'm feeling with my family.
Okay.
It's not like.
Well, this is not an interview process. This is.
I get it, but like I feel certain things, and then like it's redirected towards somebody else.
Okay, so if you connect to anything, like I said, go in chat and let us know. That's the best way.
I try.
Okay, well, I don't think any of the readings have been for you yet, but
okay.
You understand Sean or Pat?
No.
Okay, so putting you back on mute. Okay, yeah, you have to understand the information that's coming through, otherwise it's not your reading. But, like I already said, you can have parallels to other people's readings, so you need to listen for that too. Now, okay, so I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone right here now. So can I ask you, back to you, Colleen, do you understand Sean and Pat?
Yes, my father is Pat, my brother is Sean, and my mother, who's passed, is Yvonne. My dad is also passed.
And your dad is also passed, okay. And your mother was very sick prior to her passing?
Yes, cancer for several years.
I just want to clarify that there's 2 mothers coming through, okay? So this was a new reading I went on to when that other lady was having problems. So I'm going to go back to that other lady. So this was not the same person. but you can take all the stuff that came second when I started talking about this stuff that this all came through. You understand all this, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And your mother is in spirit, and just to reiterate, you do understand there being quite a bit of sickness.
Yes, several years.
Okay. Could I ask you, did somebody that I connect to in spirit for you that would have had antiques?
I'm not, she wasn't known for antiques, so I mean, she may have had a random
Expand your mind a little bit. Do you have anybody else in spirit that was more connected to antiques? Can you take that at all?
My grandparents had a lot of antique things.
And can I ask you also, would there be anybody in spirit with a female with a G?
Grace, that's my grandmother. That's my mother's mother, who had the antique things and Royal Dalton things, and yes.
Okay, so I feel, so this is a mother and a daughter that are coming through, is that right?
Yes.
It sounds like this is your mother and daughter. Okay. This is your mother and sorry, this is your grandmother and her daughter, your mother. Okay,
yes.
Understand this. So first off, I do want to tell you, what I'm seeing here is that your mother she's the one that's coming in, okay? And what I'm seeing is she is, what I'm seeing with her is that she's putting a nurse hat on you. So I don't know if did you take care of her at the end?
My dad did, but I lived like 10 doors down, so I was there every day and helped where I could.
Well, I think she's showing me. Would you understand anything where I would be feeling a soulmate type of relationship, where it's like one person passes and then the other one goes? Or
that would be my mom and dad. My mom died February 2019, and dad died completely unexpectedly. Yesterday was the 1 year anniversary, so it was about a year and a half.
Yeah, because you do sometimes that will happen where, and I just know from doing a lot of readings where there's just this amazing energy that is, and I'm not saying that if that doesn't happen, it means somebody wasn't connected, but a lot of times you'll find in these really strong soulmate relationships that you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I do feel that. I also want to tell you too, your mom is telling me that she was not alone when she passed, and I'm getting the feeling that you would have felt that when she went to spirit. Would you understand that at all, where there was something with her where when she went to spirit, you kind of felt the energy of that, or you kind of felt the, I keep feeling that.
I was laying in bed with her holding her hand as she passed, and I made comment there'd be people waiting for her, and her face lit up and she said, yeah, there's a lot of people here for me.
Yeah, and I am feeling that. I just want to let you know, she's telling me she didn't pass alone and that you would be able to validate that. So the fact that you had that moment with her, I think is a validation. And I also see Hershey kisses.
Hershey kisses?
I keep seeing like aluminum foil wrapped Hershey kisses.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like them.
Okay. Okay, I'm not sure. Is anybody have those around?
Oh, when I got married years ago, we're divorced now, but my mother helped me make little potpourri takeaways with Hershey kisses in them.
Okay, so it's a memory. It's a shared memory. And I always tell people too, sometimes they will drop in a memory that you haven't thought about in a while, that allows us to know that it's not just like a mind reading situation, So sometimes they will bring in a memory that is kind of remote or sort of a little bit esoteric or kind of out there. So I kind of like that because it kind of sounds like that's not something that you have been thinking about lately, but it's something that they can bring through that is just a memory or a thought just to kind of deepen that connection. And I do see a white dog with Mom.
A white dog?
I see a white dog that left a while ago. It's not a recent white dog, but there's a white dog on the other side.
Okay. I'm not sure who that is, but she had dogs growing up.
She had dogs growing up?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, were you just recently going through the photographs, or were you recently doing something with the photographs or organizing something with the photographs?
Yeah, so I went through the process of cleaning out my parents' house over the last year, and I've got basically all the family photographs, and we're going through them almost every day. We're finding more.
Okay. And you're in charge of that?
Yes, I was the executor of everything.
Okay. Because I keep seeing something about, do you understand this, that I would be getting a feeling, it's not a big thing, but I do feel like it's coming up. Is there some sort of thing that I might be feeling where you have a sibling that your mom may be bringing up that she's a little, it's not like a bad thing, but she's a little nervous about this person, or she wants to make sure this person's okay, or something comes up about that. Do you understand anything about why I might be getting that at all?
That's my little brother, Sean.
Okay.
And that was her baby. And he's always been a little more of the wild one of the two of us, or a little more emotional.
Okay. Do you have children?
3.
Okay. Do you have twins?
I do. I have twin girls that are 6 and a little boy that's 4. Oh my God.
Because I feel like Mom is talking about something about that. I don't know. Does that make sense to you at all?
100%. Yeah. And she met them. She cared for them until she was too unwell, and Dad cared for them literally till the day he died as well.
Okay. Would you understand anything where your mom is talking about something that she's bringing up, something where she's happy that you're focused on your career, or she's happy that you're taking time focusing on your career? I get something about that. Do you understand that at all?
I'm not sure. I'm sort of at an impasse with my career.
Okay.
And I'm considering doing something. I don't even know what, but I feel like I'm losing the connection a bit to what I'm doing.
Okay. So you are thinking about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you, because I'm getting one more thing here. Have you ever had a situation, maybe more closer to your parents passing, where there was something that you did where it was almost like you went to call them and then you were like, oh my God, they're passed away? Have you ever had that happen?
Plenty of times.
Okay. Did you have the relationship, especially, I feel like with both actually, but I feel like you must have been in touch with them all the time, or always, like, it's like you would talk to them frequently, like about, oh, we did this, or we're going here. Like, I feel like they were that part of your life.
I literally saw them every single day. I lived like 10 doors down. My kids went there for childcare while I worked.
Yeah.
We still talked on the phone every night, even after I picked the kids up.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's why I'm picking that up, because I actually am getting the feeling of wanting to call, wanting to text, wanting to whatever, and it's like having to remember, oh, they're passed away, you know? But they are very connected to you. I mean, it feels like in this reading, Mom stepped up a little bit more, but it just could be the dynamics of whatever. So, okay, thank you, dear.
Thank you so much, Thomas.
Yes, God bless you very much. Thank you so much.
Bless you.
Well, can we try Leslie again? Because she's connecting to a lot of the stuff you're saying. They definitely have similarities.
Yeah, and does she have the Maureen?
She has the Maureen, the white dog, and everything.
Yes.
Okay, hi, Leslie.
Hi, so I'm Leslie. This is Michelle. We both paid, so we're not scamming you. And it's Michelle's mom, Noreen, and she just passed. And she had a white dog, Oreo, and she was a great cook. And Michelle would cook for her, and she would sit at the table and tell Michelle how much spices and stuff to put in it. So I'm going to stop talking.
Okay, so then this probably is for you. And remember also the cooking stuff came through. That was more that first reading, but we couldn't really hear you. So, okay, good. So it sounds like you understand this. You understand the recent passing, all that stuff. Okay. So Michelle, this is probably, could be your mom?
Yes, it is. Yes.
It's your mom. Okay. So let me just ask you if you understand this, because I'm getting a feeling about this. Oh, can you take also, could you take a Marie?
That Marie is her mother.
Okay, so mom's mom. Okay. Do you understand when I connect to your mom that I feel, not in a mean way, but I want to say I get the feeling with mom, very opinionated, and like if you asked her her opinion of something, I feel like she was a very like, oh, this is what I think or something. Do you understand that at all?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I do feel that. I also don't know if this be a younger male energy with mom, but there is a younger male that comes in with mom that she's identifying as her son.
He just passed a few months ago, too.
In May.
So just know he's coming through with her. I do feel like he... And do you understand with your mom, not that something causes that, because I feel like when somebody passes, it's their soul path. But would you understand that mom would bring up being very brokenhearted about that? And that was a very difficult thing for your mom to deal with. Would you understand that?
Yes.
I get an image in my mind. I don't know necessarily, when she was elderly, but I do feel with your mom. I get the image in my mind of like the Energizer Bunny.
Yes. She never gave up.
I feel like your mom was always like, go, 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 always doing something, always with people. Very, very, very bright energy, if you'd understand.
Absolutely.
This is a lady that I'm seeing who, it's like she was always like, I feel like it would almost be like, Mom, you're busier than me. You have more stuff going on than I do. I just feel she was always doing stuff. And I get the feeling that she'd always make time for her family or friends and things like that. But it just feels like her days were always filled. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you understand that I feel with your mother that she was a very strong woman, and I feel also that she overcame a lot of adversity in her life. And I don't really get that she was like a complainer type of person, but definitely in her life, I feel, especially as a kid, I see her having, I'd say, kind of a difficult upbringing in a certain way. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah. She says a lot of love, but also a lot of difficulty. So I feel like it wasn't an easy path for her growing up. But I feel like she found her people and she was loved and things were okay. But I don't know if does that kind of resonate with you?
It does, yes.
I also want to tell you too, because she does tell me this. I feel something about, can I ask you, did you have an open casket?
No, she did not want a cat. She was cremated.
Oh, interesting. So she must be telling me then about, hold on one second because I'll get it. Oh, I see. I don't know if it'd be leading up to her passing, but would you understand then that there were conversations in life about, this is what I want. When I die, I want things like that. And she would have wanted more. Like, I feel like I want to step away from like funeral. I want to step away from, you can have a gathering, you can have people, you can have food, but I don't want like a typical funeral at a funeral home. Would you understand that at all then?
Yes.
And I think at some point, Michelle, you must have had conversations with your mom that she must have told you this.
Yes, absolutely.
And what do you have around your neck of hers that's gold?
I don't have anything.
Oh, are you planning on getting something of hers that's like a gold thing?
No.
Do you have, okay, because I see a gold thin necklace. I don't even really get that it's like a valuable thing. It's more like a sentimental thing. But you don't understand that?
No.
Okay, because I'm definitely seeing that. Would you understand your father having some walking issues?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Is Dad in the living?
Yes.
Okay. So your brother passed, and then your mother passed, and now you still have your dad here, though.
Yes.
Okay. This feels sudden when your mom passes. Was it kind of sudden?
It was. She's been sick a long, long time, but once the doctor said hospice, it was quick.
Okay, because I just kind of feel like, I guess I get the feeling that she was ready to go.
Just ready.
Yeah. I did want to tell you, just when I connect to her, she's definitely has given me the feeling that you are going to feel her around. She's telling me that she she, like I said, she's a strong presence. I do feel that. So I do feel like you will feel her around. Have you gotten any signs with butterflies?
Yes, I just seen one today.
Okay, she's showing me that as a sign. And I also, so just know that, there's be different ways. And I kind of feel like your mom, I just see her being the type of person where she will find a way to communicate with you. She is going to connect with you and find a way to touch in with you. So that is one of the things that she's kind of letting me know. And it's a good thing, and I just want to tell you also, when somebody connects on the spirit side of life, it doesn't mean that they're not at peace if they're reaching out to you. I mean, it actually it's a positive thing. It means like, hey, we love you. Hey, we're around you. Hey, we want to connect with you. So just if you can kind of, trust in that a little bit, but she is around you very much. So.
Thank you.
Okay, good. I'm going to pull away from you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So that kind of took a little bit of extra time, but that's because we had two readings there, because there was actually two mothers that came through. And like I said, just like the sons, sometimes they will, parallel a little bit. Okay, so I think pretty much everybody so far that's come through, we've kind of been able to connect to them. So good. So I want to recap a couple things. If you guys would allow me, I would like to just take a 60-second little break to just kind of regroup here for a second. And while I'm doing that, I will make a couple of announcements about some things coming up, just so I can kind of recalibrate my energy. So first off, I do want to make an announcement that on November 26th, I am doing a Facebook event. This is called Signs and Symbols from the Other Side. Many of you may have tuned into my Facebook Lives before, but this is a little bit different. It's a paid event, so you do have to sign up to pay, to be there. It's only $8, but you just have to sign up to be there. And then what will happen is instead of meeting through Zoom, it'll take you through Facebook Live. There is a link on my website, or you can go to my Facebook page, Medium Thomas, Celebrity Thomas John, or you'll find my Facebook page, and you can go to my page and sign up too. We actually tried to do this What Happens When We Die event a couple of months ago, and it was a complete problem because the Facebook interface, they had the event stuff set up, but they didn't have the right interface set up. So we had to do all this work to get it set up. So it's all set up now. So if you had, trauma from that experience, that's all resolved. And now we're ready to do this event on November 26th at 5:30. So it is the day after Thanksgiving. So maybe if you're with family or friends, it is $8 per household. So if you've got a few friends that are over, or you want to, you don't have to all sign up. If you've got, your family's over, they're welcome to tune in too. And so this will be happening on Facebook Live, and you can sign up. Okay. I did want to let you guys know too, also, that just a couple more things here, that just two more things, that we do have the ongoing Thomas John Experience community membership. This is a program where you get to sign up and work with me every month. You get a course with me, you get a prayer circle with me, you get a Facebook group with me, you get a readings group with me. Most of the time it's with me. Sometimes we do have another medium fill in, but it's a readings event like this. So if you're interested in kind of being in this type of energy on a regular basis, you can sign up for a monthly or a yearly program. And all of that is at mediumthomas.com. Then you click on events. You can also email info@mediumthomas.com. And we have Tracy, Carla, Kelly, and Anastasia, I always get that confused, that can help you. So those are the people you'll be dealing with. If you have any questions, if you bought something and you didn't get it, if you lost something, I do always like to remind people we don't really take phone calls anymore. So it's better to just shoot an email at info@mediumthomas.com, and then somebody will get back to you. Okay? We're going to continue on. So, okay, we're going to continue. So I'm ready to go. I just needed a 1-minute reset. So, I have a lady coming through that I do feel, okay, I'm going to go mother figure with this again. It feels maternal, but I don't know if it's definitely your mom. It's funny because what she's bringing up to me is Dunkin' Donuts. Now, immediately, of course, I always think of Massachusetts with that probably, but there's Dunkin' Donuts in a lot of places, but I keep seeing Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if that's a metaphor that she just liked coffee and donuts. I would say I'm seeing the Dunkin' Donuts cup, though, so I kind of feel like it's specific to that brand. I get a woman that's actually kind of younger to pass. I don't think she was too old, I have to say. And she's got beautiful hair. She keeps showing me her hair. Beautiful hair. And it kind of like she makes a point of the hair. Like she might have been known for her hair. I keep getting this over and over and over. And she's even telling me, bring up the hair, bring up the hair, bring up the hair. So that's probably going to be, but I'm going to say, I want to expand this a little bit. I want to say this could be a grandmother. This could be a mother-in-law. This could be an aunt. I don't really know what the relationship with is. And I just have to be honest that is something that I am getting, that I do not know what the relationship with this woman is. But I definitely am feeling this. I don't know if anybody...
Show on the screen. What?
Kelly, are you seeing anyone that takes this?
Yes, there's a few people that take this.
So I'm actually going to pull up the chat myself. Okay, yeah, there's probably... I would say there's probably too many people that can really sort of take this. So we might have to kind of go. Also, as I'm connecting with this, because I keep feeling this, that there's some sort of thing that I'm feeling where you have been going through a lot of difficulties in your life. I know that's probably kind of vague, but I am getting that you've been having a lot of challenges in your life. And mom is guiding you from, so something's, things like are kind of going on with this and stuff like this. I don't know if you understand that at all.
Come on, pals.
But it's definitely coming up.
They're all
you have to think all the other stuff too. Okay, we're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
What else are they saying? A strong woman.
Okay, so that person I'm actually kicking out because I'm not going to be disrespected like that. Okay, that's the second time that person's come off of me. I don't know what their problem is. All right, so, and they're distracting me. So, all right, so now, yeah, unfortunately, guys, it's weird. I can't get, I'm not sure about, I'm not sure what the relationship is, which is a problem because it's like, could be a mother, could be a sister. I can't give you a relationship. So, I don't know about anything about color of hair. Sorry. I just know the hair is a big thing. I'm going to get some more stuff here. I get smoking. Definitely smoking. Definitely smoking. I feel that may have left, I don't know, something's coming up with smoking. I definitely am getting smoking. Definitely getting something with smoking. This is a big thing that's coming up. I also feel with this woman, as I connect to her, just to kind of go back to this, you would definitely have a relationship with her where you would have gone to her for, that type of stuff. You would have gone to her for guidance. And, I feel like you would have had a thing with her where you would have, asked for her guidance about stuff. I do feel that. I'm wanting somebody to kind of really jump out here, but it seems like a lot of people are kind of connecting to this.
Tom, could you just go through the key points again? Because a lot.
Yeah. Again, so you have to have the Dunkin' Donuts. You have to have the hair being a big thing. You have to be that you'd be very close to this woman. They would be older than you, but it could be an older sister. I see Dunkin' Donuts, so I feel like, I don't know if that's, I feel like that could be coffee. I don't know what it is, but it's some symbolic thing, or just they love Dunkin' Donuts. So that is all that I'm getting.
There's the smoking, right?
And smoking. Yeah, we do something. Smoking. And I get the feeling of smoking. No? Did you just say Christina?
I'm thinking Christina. Yeah, she keeps coming through. There's two people in second. There's two Christinas, so it's confusing.
Oh, it's somebody would have, there was issues at her nursing home. Issues at her nursing home or her hospital.
All right, there's a Christina and a JT. Do you want me to bring those both up? Because those two people are connecting. Or do we wait?
If somebody can connect to it, yeah. Guys, please do me a favor and do not ask me questions about what is their name, what color is their hair, what do their feet look like. I'm giving you everything that I'm getting. Don't you think I would tell you that if that was coming through? Allow spirit to be the communicator. This is not a Barbara Walters interview. You have to take what comes through. If you connect to it, you do. If you don't, it's not for you. Okay? If you connect to it, more stuff will come through. And you'd have a brother that died. So anybody who doesn't have a brother that died is out.
Okay. I'm thinking Irma. Irma. She's been from the start.
There's a lot of people that went out.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna bring up Irma.
Well, and no, Casey. Casey just said something. This other lady, Lynch, said something. You have to have a brother that died.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. What is your name, dear?
Irma.
Okay, Irma. I'm just trying to get who this is for. Are you going through a lot of stuff right now, or does that resonate with you at all?
I lost my mother. My son has 2 monkeys. There's a huge disconnect with my father.
Okay, so you're telling me too much stuff. I don't want that. But you do understand you are going through a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah, and we went to Dunkin' Donuts all the time. Everywhere we went, we stopped in Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay. Okay. And you have a brother that died?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm still not, I think this could be for you. Does anybody else, and does somebody have a Bob? Is there a Bob with this? Again, guys, I'm trying to do, because I'm getting Bob now, Bob. And does somebody have somebody that was 32 years old when they died? So you've got a group coming through now. You've got a 32-year-old, a Bob, and this I don't know. Well, maybe I just said grandmother, but I didn't mean to say that. But maybe it is somebody's grandmother now, I'm thinking. Irma, do you have any of this? Do you have somebody that died when they were 32?
My brother was 28, but we called my mom Baba.
Hold 1 second, because there's a lot. Okay, see, now these two people. So Kelly?
Yep.
We've got to bring up Casey and Christina. Because they have everything, and they have... I think the 32-year-old was very close to this grandmother.
Yes.
Who understands that?
That would be the same for me as well.
Who?
Yes.
What's your first name?
Casey.
Okay. So the 32-year-old is who?
My brother that passed away.
Okay. And Bob?
My brother Bob.
I don't have a Bob.
I have a brother Bob, 32, who passed away.
Okay, so you have a Bob.
My grandpa Bob.
Yeah, you have a Bob. They just told me. They just said because you said you didn't have a Bob, and these people just. I think this is yours reading, Casey. Because
my grandpa passed away like 4 years ago. We weren't really close, so I didn't even think of him. But my brother Stephen, that's passed. We're really close, and my brother's close with my grandmother, who's also passed. She passed here.
So what I want is, let's put everybody right now on mute. Besides, and Christina, what do you have with a Bob? Actually, Christina, was that Christina Lynch?
Yes, my brother Bob passed away at 32.
Okay.
My mom has passed, and my grandmother's passed as well.
Your mother's passed, and your brother passed, and you have grandmother that you. And who's the smoking woman? Is that maybe your mom?
That's my grandmother.
Okay. And do either of you have a Rachel?
My niece, my brother's daughter that I have custody of, that I'm now raising.
Okay. So
she's in the other room driving me crazy right now, honestly.
So let's put everybody on mute, but let's go to Casey. So sometimes when this happens, like I said, guys, it's up to spirit to keep. They will keep saying things. So until we know for sure this is who we're with, and unfortunately, sometimes it takes a while, and then sometimes it's instant. I wish everybody came through and said their name, address, and where they lived, and that doesn't how spirit communication works though. So we have to honor their process of coming through. We can't be making people come through and what's their middle name, and we'll tell you have to honor what spirit brings. Now, many of you have a lot of connections to this, so please, please, please. Listen to the messages. So the lady with the Dunkin' Donuts is probably, maybe it's more of a metaphor that I'm familiar with, Casey. So you're saying it's not necessarily Dunkin' Donuts, but this is a lady who loved her coffee. Is that what you're saying?
Every morning, yes, she loved her coffee.
Okay, and is that your mom's mom?
Yes.
Okay, so your mom's mom is in spirit. Yeah. And she and can I ask you, did she die after did she go after your brother passed?
Yeah, so my brother passed August of 2019, and my grandmother, she just passed in February, and my grandmother had Rachel, and I stepped in and I helped a lot because my grandmother was older.
Yeah.
So I did a lot for her, but then obviously as my grandma was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and was getting really ill, I went ahead and took Rachel.
Yep, that makes sense. And do you have a David?
Dave, yes, that's my stepdad. My little sister will lose her mind to hear this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So David in spirit too, you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So you got the whole, and when they're saying you're going through issues, it sounds like, well, you have people dying, you're taking care of children. I mean, you have a lot of stuff going on around you.
So much. My mom fortunately she doesn't have cancer anymore, but my mom just finished her last cycle of chemo in March. So even my mom had, cancer while my grandmother had cancer, and I was caregiving for my grandmother, taking my mom to her appointments, taking Rachel,
So I think that's just their way of saying they know you're going through a lot, you're dealing with a lot, and they're kind of trying to support you. Can I ask you too, one of the things they're bringing, well, I'm not going to ask you, I'm going to tell you, one of the things that they're saying is that continue to call on them for support and help. Okay. They really want to continue to support and guide you.
Okay.
So, and I get such a feeling of joy with this. And I want to tell you what I feel the message is please know that they want to help you. They want to help you. I know it sounds weird to be talking about people that have passed away, and I'm sort of getting this feeling of joy, but I want to say it's almost like they want you to know there's not a you can't bother them over there, okay? So what I want to say is please just honor that, and please know that if you need help, if you need guidance, if you are feeling like you're struggling down here, ask them to come through, ask them to be with you, ask them to, can they help you? Ultimately here in life, we have to live our own paths and stuff, but they can help you, and they can definitely, guide you, and they can, there's different things that they can do, kind of together to kind of help you get through this period that you might be going through. So just know that comes through, okay? Does that make sense to you?
It does, yes.
Yeah. And are you helping to raise two daughters or one?
Well, I'm raising one, Rachel, my niece, but David, who came through, that's my stepdad, and my little brother just had a baby. He's 24, but so I have another niece, a young niece that I have a lot, just trying to help teach him to be a parent because he's still a young guy learning. So I'm helping her.
Yeah. And I want to tell you this also, that this message does come through. Just know that they're telling me that there is the possibility and there is the reality here of being able to kind of switch the energy here. So I don't know if there has been sort of like these situations where, you've wanted to kind of switch the energy and kind of improve on things, but just kind of know that is coming through. And they want to help you with that and stuff. I feel like there's some patterns we want to break out of.
Yes.
And they are saying that's a reality that can really happen. So, okay?
It's good to hear. Thank you.
All right, honey. Thank you so much. That was a good reading. Thank you. And like I said, guys, whenever you're here on the events, just know, obviously, if somebody's name comes, I'm literally telling you everything I'm getting. So, but that's, spirit doesn't work that way. They don't come through and just say, oh, my name is this, it's just, they come through and give what they give. And we have to honor that, because a lot of times it's the way they're communicating that is the message. So what they're trying to show, there's a reason why they're showing that. There's a lot of things that somebody can bring through. So for example, in that woman's reading, that name came through, Rachel or whatever. Well, there's probably 100 names that could come through that might have some significance to this woman. But by him bringing through that name, it shows the significance of what's going on, here today. Okay, guys, we are going to wrap up for the evening. Thank you so much. Many blessings. We'll also send some blessings over to Michelle. She seemed like she was maybe having a challenging night. And thank you guys for being here. Every event is a little different, so please come back. I know we have a few more of these coming up. Check the website, and I look forward to connecting with you guys in the future. God bless you all. Take care.
Record.